Time can make us accept some very difficult things, but hardly does it allow us to forget. When people go missing, it creates unending misery for the loved ones struggling to find out what happened. And not having closure is a knife that stabs the heart daily. Our show is here to help families find the closure they need, to seek an end to their pain, to hear the stories and to try to inspire persons with information to come forward at last. I am retired Lieutenant Colonel George Lovell, and this is Missing. Tonight's first missing case is unlike any other we have covered so far. It's a story of dizzying unknowns and a storm of tragedies. This is the story of Sarah Louise McNabb, a baby girl with minor physical defect born to Diana McNabb on December 31st, 2005, when Diana became a young teenage mother.
Sarah was born the 31st of December 2004. When Sarah was born, Sarah born with two of her feet, and the doctor in Dangra told me her feet was club feet. So I was working in Natikaling in St. Mike, so my mom took her from, she was 1 month old, and my mom raised her until 11 months. Little Sarah was not experienced in nothing, just because my mom was sorry for her, so my mom told me that she will get someone to help her with her feet. I saw her like every 2 weeks when my PAD, I go and visit her at my mom's in City River.
Diana was happy when her mom told her that an American couple from the Pentecostal church in City River Village offered to get medical assistance in the United States for baby Sarah. Diana's mom was familiar with this church mission that was active and helpful in the City River community for over 6 years.
The people that my mom was telling me about is some people that she knows at that moment are like 6 years. There are some people that do ministry in City River. They have church. And so she said, the people are good people because they treat her good and everything. So she planned to take her to Texas to get her feet surgery. So we fill out some application, medical forms, so she can go for 1 year.
Diana and her mom had their prayers answered. Diana did the paperwork to get baby Sarah's passport and visa. And according to Diana, she signed medical forms to allow the baby to travel for medical care with the American couple. This couple returned to Belize a few months after and gave an update on Sarah's progress.
They told my mom that every time they come like 3 months to 4 months, they come and they tell my mom that one of her feet already get surgery. They are doing the next foot, but it will take time because one foot is better than the other.
After the 1 year period expired for Sarah's corrective procedures to be completed, Diana got another update from the American missionaries. But this time, passive suspicion deteriorated into an acceptance that they may have been jilted.
Well, when the year was up, my mom asked them, where is little baby Sarah? They told my mom that she's still in this surgery, taking her surgery so she cannot come, and that she has asthma, she's traveling asthma, so they cannot bring her back to Belize as yet, but as soon as her surgery is over, they will bring her back. And like over 2 years, that they are always saying that she's in the surgery, taking her surgery, and like after that 2 years, they come, they didn't talk to my mom, they go back. So one day my mom called me and told me that, oh, the people is here, come and talk to them about your daughter. So when I went to their house, they didn't come out. They called police for me and my brother to get off their property. She didn't return back.
One random day, around 7 long years later, Diana was innocently watching the news when she got the shock of her life. Channel 5 News in Belize shared a news story out of Beaumont, Texas, showing an American couple officially adopting a child from Belize. The child once had club feet, and according to the American couple with the child, she was abandoned in a bucket in Belize until someone saved her and brought her to America. The baby in the news story was baby Sarah. Diana and her mother got in contact with News 5 immediately to clarify their side of the story.
When I watch the news, I saw my baby. I see the feet of the child, and then I tell my neighbor, hey, this baby look like this baby got foot just like my baby. And when I noticed that my whole baby, when it showed that my whole baby is showed, then they show the baby in the lady hand when she may go with, and for how she grew up, they show the baby. And then I said, but how they are giving my baby to Chinese? I just call for she, and I tell her, Pa, actually you have to go watch news, but we are watching 10 o'clock, we get a good sense of the news. And then we watch it 10 o'clock, they said how they find the baby in a Belize country, in our village, in our bucket, abundant club feet. So I want to know why they say how they find my baby in our bucket, and with my mom, my mother might be 1 week after a ban, and my mom raised my baby for me, and then they said how they get my baby out of our bucket. So that shocked me. I not even sleep the whole night, so I worry now what I have to do.
We give the go ahead for care the child and fix the club feet. Then after our air time, bring her back. But instead I bring her back, it give her to somebody else. Instead it bring her back to wait 3 to 4 months in back and forth for the air. They come, and every time they come, mister, I ask them about this child. And all when they tell me, oh, the child is all right, Well, next time again, they come, I ask them, how the child? Paper expired. It can't come.
I know I got a lot of help, but I need my baby back. I'm my one and only daughter. I need my daughter back.
Following the surprise news story about baby Sarah, Diana and her family tried their best to get help. They reported the matter to the police. They attempted to report it to the US Embassy, but nothing materialized. About 7 years later, the American missionary who took the child to US was back in Diana's village, and so she decided to confront her.
My mom called me and told me they are here. I gone and I talked to them. I gone to my mom. My mom said they will come to the neighbor's house because the neighbor's kids go and clean their house for them. So when they come the morning, I went and I talked to them about it. They bully to me. They are bully. So I tell them I don't find out on CNN about what you guys are doing, and I want to know the truth about it. They told me I could go ahead and do what I want to do because they have their lawyer to fight my case. I feel in that time, I don't know what to do. I went all over the place. My command law would almost burn down the people in the house. Because he may get crazy and when he hear that how they hand over the baby to another family.
While our show does not exist to investigate and solve missing cases, our team did a little bit of digging and found the social media profile for baby Sarah's adopted family. We even discovered a photograph of Sarah taken 2 years ago. We shared that with Diana off camera, and she was simply overwhelmed with emotions. Diana shared a message for Sarah and her new family, the Smiths, who we came across.
She has her parents, she has her family in Belize. If they can make a decision and say, okay, when Sarah is on vacation, Sarah could come back to Belize to see her parents and visit back home. I don't have a problem. My 3 sons, they always ask me, Mom, do we have sister? And I always tell them, yes, you have a sister. Hi, Sarah. This is your mom, Diana Matna from City River. I just want to talk to you and tell you that I didn't abandon you. They didn't find you in a bucket in City River when you were 6 weeks old. Your mom and your father, Judge Augustine, have filled out some application medical forms so that you can go and take your surgery in the United States. And in that time, when you went to take your surgery, they didn't return you back. I would like you to know that we love you and we care for you. That's why we are seeking about you.
Without a doubt, This is one of the most unusual and disturbing missing cases we have carried so far. Sarah left Belize for medical care before she had a chance to develop memories here with her family, and was made to start a new life with a new family and being given a different story about how she came to be adopted. We reached out to the Smiths for comments about Sarah and their adoption of her. But after identifying ourselves, the call was ended. We don't know what the family's side of the story is, nor that of the American missionary who took her away from Belize. What we do know though is that baby Sarah has family in Belize who still misses her, and they continue to pray for her safety and for the chance to have a relationship with her. Missing will take our first commercial break, and we will be right back with the story of two children who went missing from a Mayan village in southern Belize. Good night and welcome back to Missing. Tonight's second missing story takes us back to 2010 when 11-year-old Onelia Rash and 9-year-old Benjamin Rash went missing from San Marcos village in Toledo. This case rocked the close-knitted Mayan community down south and resulted in a series of confrontations, vigilante justice, and unanswered questions. Our team's scenic drive down south was clouded by the sad story we knew we would uncover as we went to visit the father, Pedro Rash, in his traditional Mayan hometown, San Marcos.
Yes, my name is Mr. Pedro Rash. No? I have 4 that is living right now and 2 that is missing. They are happy children. They are obedient children. Well, I mostly do farming. Lime and crabo when we have a lot of crabo season. No? So we have a lot, and they usually sell it and lime. Yeah, I have a lot of trees before now, but now I don't have much.
As is normal for children in their community, Onelia and Benjamin would assist their family by visiting nearby communities to sell their family's harvests.
They see crabo, a lot of crabo, lime, so we didn't just pick. Yes, they love to go and sell, no? Do selling now for what we produce. They love to go and sell because people see that they buy things, no? Yeah, that's what they like, and they continue doing that. Right? Yes, because they see that people buy, and then continue going. And I tell them not to go because school was to open 3 more days before that, no? No, but then still continue. Well, I couldn't stop them because they wanted to.
One normal day in August 2010, Pedro Rash helped his 2 children to fill their buckets with goods to sell. On his way to work on a farm, he carted the buckets to the entrance of the village where the children would catch a bus to travel to another community to sell their produce. Unfortunately, that was the last time Pedro saw Onelia and Benjamin.
While going from work, they have 2 buckets that they were carrying, no? So I helped them carrying the bucket and leave it by the junction. And from there, they catch the bus and I go and work. That's when they disappear, no? Yes, that's the last time that I left them by the junction there. I think that's on the 30th of August. Yeah. What I do, I see that it is late. I was waiting there at 4 o'clock by the junction too. I was waiting because I already noticed that they don't reach it. So what I do, I come home and they don't reach. I remember, I think I charter a vehicle to go from town and look for them and look around where they pass, no? And from there, I gone from police station and report the matter because I need to know where they are. But police told me that they said they have to take like about 3 days to report the matter, then they will call it as missing, no? But immediately I gone and reported.
Pedro started doing his own investigations, asking people around for any clues or information they might have had. His brother told him that he saw them boarding a bus, and that guided a community-led search party.
And I asked him, well, just for get information, who see them now? He said that they catch the Cock bus coming from Blue Creek and then drop them from Cat Landing. That's what he told me then. Yeah, there is where I get some information. That's what happened. My community are worrying about them now, so we come up together and do a search party now. Together, we going from all around there, from Cat Landing area, looking around, but we don't find no kind of evidence that to show us that you have bucket, clothes, and so slippers. No, we don't find.
During their searches and investigations, the Rash family came across a man who reported seeing the children enter a store. Additional information he shared led to disturbing suspicions.
We have another guy that is working there by Cat Landing, and he is the guy that showed us the picture. Then he said that they went in one of the store, but that guy, I remember that he snapped 2 pictures for them. And that day, the police get that camera with that guy, and I think the police have it from Belmapan police station up to now, I believe. I remember that they arrest that guy, and that is when I think late Marshall Mess is living, and then contact late Marshall Mess, and I think he gone bail that guy. And that's what happened, and from there up to now, it gone to nothing now. Yeah, that's what happened.
Police found no convincing reason to keep the man detained, and he resides in the same village today. During the Rashes' expanded search, they stopped in at the residence of an American couple that did crocodile research. They wished to ask if they had seen or heard anything, but were coldly dismissed.
Yes, I remember that others, my son too, because I have the older one, passing by that area, I don't remember one of the white man there. He said that they passed there and they asked about the 2 children, and that white man, I don't know his name, he said he don't want to hear anything. He don't want to hear anything, and they are just asking, getting information if they see any child. No. Okay. There is how I know that white man have crocodile. I never know, since I was here, I never know about anything about animal crocodile there. I think that Rose Vincent, that person name.
It was reported that rumors emerged that the children's disappearance might have been connected to the Crocodile Research Center, and that angered the community. They reported it to the police, but did not feel like they were being taken seriously. That led to large demonstrations in front of the Punta Gorda police station. And then the property in question went up in flames.
This is Vincent Rose's home in the Waterhole area outside of Punta Gorda at about 10:30 yesterday morning. The house was set on fire by an angry mob who believed that Rose was somehow responsible for these 2 missing children, Benjamin, 9, and Onelia Rash, 11, who disappeared 17 days earlier. That is information the villagers got from an oracle and passed on to police.
September 2nd, I'm going back a little. Police received a report that the owner of Crackland in Toledo, Vince Rose, that they believe these children were being held there against their will. Police conducted searches on the premises, and it was fruitless.
I think it was 3 days, up to 1 week, 3 days we are around. Yes. On the very first time, I personally myself and other person went there and we, along with the police that same night in that Mr. Vincent area, and we don't find anybody in the house. We don't find that gentleman, the white man, no? Because just want to ask questions. And police gone around, and there we stay for 3 days and wait for that person to come around, and nobody come around. It's just information we need to find out if the children pass there, and but up to now, other community come around and in and out, because because I was around too. I was around. Yes, other people burn the building. Yeah, that is very sad too, because but I can't tell people what to do, because I am in a different thinking too, no? Yeah, I don't think about that. But
A decade has already passed since Onelia and Benjamin went missing. Their family has searched and searched and searched, even crossing the borders and consulting with people who claim to have spiritual abilities, but nothing has materialized.
I try my best going around too. Yes, I'm going around and get information. I went from across the border here and work out things, paying person to make I know them now, because we have some people where they say they do other magic works now, but they still give me wrong information. They said, and they decide, and they're living, and they're somewhere around. It just done just like that. Up to now, I don't know where they are, if they are still living. But I believe they are still living. That's what I think. I believe maybe someone need more money and just took them away, and somebody get the money. I think that's what happened. Because I don't think so if they kill them, because if they kill them, we're supposed to find them somewhere around. But we try. We try our best and look for them, and we don't find nothing. So I believe other people took them across the border.
Although all this time has passed, the family remains deeply traumatized. Mrs. Rash, the children's mother, is still unable to talk about her missing children. And just hearing her husband talk to us lifts the scabs from her permanent wound.
Yes, my other children always remember about their brothers and sisters. Yeah. Now the 2 other daughters that I have, they don't want to go sell again. I don't send them much. Well, never time up to now. I don't send them. Oh, well, up to now she is not feeling good. She always sick. I think that's what happened to she, because she always think about them. Because sometimes I see she crying by herself. Well, I get used to see she crying. Well, I just leave her alone. Yeah. But sometimes what I do, sometimes we go around and other places and just for make she get happy. Yeah. It's very hard. Very hard.
We asked Pedro what his family does to keep their hopes and memories of Onelia and Benjamin alive.
Well, nothing much. I only keep remembering them and praying for them if they are still alive. No? That's what people encourage me to do, not to do anything harm. Yes, that's what I do. I still have the hope that they are living. Yeah, that's up to right now, no?
The Rashes believe deeply in their hearts that Onelia and Benjamin are still out there, and left us with a message for them.
Onelia and Benjamin, if you are still living, I am your dad. If you are still living and you are seeing me, or because I am speaking now, well, and just keep get information to other person, and you will get to find me where I there, and just sharing keys, because I have numbers. You always remember my number, but my number here, my phone number now is different. And my number today, if anything, it's 660 73 67. That is my phone number. But your mom, she has a phone too. Yes, but if anything, if you're living and you know that you're getting big, and Onelia, if you are, I know you are big already, up to now we are still remember. Your mother is remembering you up to now.
This missing case remains one of the most painful and puzzling ones to date in Belize. The family is virtually clueless, and the case appears to have gone cold. If anyone out there has any information they could share to help the Rash family to know what happened to their loved ones, we truly beg of you to come forward. The family is still hurting and desperately in need of your help. We leave for our final commercial break and be back shortly. Hello, and thanks for staying tuned in to Missing. As we have done at the end of every show so far, we encourage anyone at all with any information to come forward. You can anonymously contact 922-TIPS. We also wish to remind our viewers that while we want these families to find closures, we are unable to carry out actual investigations. We do our best to tell their stories as best as they can remember, and we report based on that, and are unable to make any conclusions. If you have any missing loved ones and would like to appear on this show, we would be happy to have you. You can send us an email at info@colorblind.bz or send us a message on Facebook. We are here to help however we can. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and we hope to have you back next week again. Missing airs at 7:30 p.m. on Mondays, live on CBTV. Until we see you again, please remember, see something, say something. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.